Alrighty, attention in the pits. All racers, report to the staging lanes. The show's about to start.
Good evening.
Hello, everybody. We got Jason back with us this week again, so he must not have any stumps to grind.
I'm trying to get it done now. It's getting dark.
Yeah, got to get it done early before it gets dark. So that means he was goofing off in the summertime that he didn't want to hang out with us.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah, right? True that. Maybe we ought to do the podcast at his house.
Hey, we can do it. We got the TV on the porch. We can even do it in the pool.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
Sounds like fun.
You're going to see a submarine antenna poking out of the water. Because I swim on my back naked.
You're a sick person.
Except for I got a big belly now, so you're going to see the bow.
Yep. So anyhow, what we're going to talk about tonight, once we get everybody on here, it looks like we have Profit 455 so far. I don't know why people aren't coming on. Is it being alerted?
Got me. We only got 2 people.
Everybody trying to get those leaves done.
Yeah, it could be. Everybody's working on their houses tonight or something, getting ready for winter. I know that I had to do that over the weekend. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about carburetors tonight. Atomizers, fuel mixers, fuel and air mixers, whatever you want to call them.
Fuel making happeners.
Yeah, something like that. What's that guy in
Vice Grip Garage?
Yeah, what's he call them?
He calls them fuel making happeners.
Fuel making them happeners. Okay. So yeah. Well, I call them carbonizers because they do generate a lot of carbon in the exhaust. So, but anyhow, we're just going to talk about the anatomy of a carburetor. You know what? I should have kept that Dominator in here so I could have pointed some things out. But
Yep.
But it dawned on me from the gal that I shouldn't call her gal.
Not getting the notice. So YouTube's screwing us.
Oh, so how's that work?
Nothing I can do about that.
Huh. Okay. YouTube's doing that?
Yep.
Why? How can they do that? I mean, if we go live, they should be notifying everybody, right?
You would think, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
There's nothing I can, there's nothing I can do.
Wow, that's weird. Okay, well, hopefully the guys are, they know that we're going to be on tonight and they're going to come on board here. But, so we're starting to get a few now.
Yep.
But maybe YouTube is just a delay or something.
Or
my computer's been acting goofy.
Or if you have it scheduled, no one's going to get it until 6 o'clock then.
Yeah.
No matter when we start.
Well, is it 6 right now then? Is that what happened?
We got on
It's
about-
6:03.
Yeah.
Well, I have it scheduled on Facebook, but I don't have it scheduled on YouTube. That's weird. Because I only advertise on YouTube. I don't know how to do that on Facebook. I don't know how to do it on YouTube. So maybe you can teach me that. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the carburetor because it just dawned on me. I hired a young person and as a trainee and a new employee, and they didn't know what a carburetor was. So I'm thinking, how many people don't know what carburetors are? I mean, you grew up with a carburetor.
I did.
In your crib.
Yep.
I don't know if you grew up with a carburetor or not.
And most of the stuff, yeah.
And Luke, we had, Luke Duke, we got a story to tell about Luke Duke, but we'll tell him when he's here.
Yeah. There was a lot of convincing that was happening with that.
Yeah, and Luke is a diehard car guy, so he wanted a carburetor, and I'll tell the story whenever I have him on the show. But anyway, so it dawned on me that not everybody knows what a carburetor is. And then on top of it, not everybody understands how a carburetor works. So I thought, well, tonight what we'll do is we'll talk about that. And so basically, For a lot of you guys, you know, but maybe there's some younger guys on here. I don't know. But the carburetor, because it's actually a very awesome piece of equipment. In my opinion, I like carburetors way better than fuel injection. The only thing nice about fuel injection is you have the laptop to tune them, where with a carburetor, everything's manual. You got to go in there and change the jets by hand. You got to adjust the idle screws. You got to, change power valves or whatever you got to do.
Even though with fuel injection, there's a certain amount that you still have to go and change injectors, which is more time consuming than changing jets on a carburetor.
Well, yeah, if you have to change the actual injector, you're right. It would be a little bit more time consuming.
So, I mean, because
I can change, as you know, we can change jets on a carburetor at the racetrack in literally 5 minutes.
Right.
Because we've done it so much.
But what I'm saying though is there's pros and cons to both, obviously, but the fuel injection, yes, you can tune it with a laptop. You can add timing, take away timing if you have that setup, but you can still, with a laptop, you can have analog and digital setups. So to me, if you're going to go with a fuel injection laptop tuning, you need to have everything that you can tune with a laptop on it. Your timing, your fuel curve, your everything. And instead of like a carb, you go up 2 jet sizes, you typically don't have to change tuning that much. If you're already maxing that fuel injector out, now you have to go up to the next step, and then you have to change timing.
Well, no, you have to change the injector because you only want your injector to run about 80-90%.
Right.
And so if it goes past that, then you have to change the injector to a bigger injector if the engine needs more fuel.
Right.
So,
but typically when you do that, though, you're adding more timing as well, because then you're not going to run it at 20%.
Well, no, your timing doesn't really change because that's dictated by how the burn rate is in the combustion chamber. So it isn't gonna require more timing. But the nice part about doing it with a laptop, like you're saying, is you can control your timing. Where with a distributor, everything's done mechanically. We have to change the springs or the weights inside the distributor. Right. And if you don't want a lot of advance, then you got to tear the distributor apart and you got to weld the slot up in there so you can limit how much travel it has. And I mean, it's pretty involved to do it that way. And but once you get it set up, you're good to go. Where the laptop way, I mean, there's advantages to both. I mean, I'm old school, so I can do the carburetor distributor thing really fast. But if you're not familiar with it, then you're not going to be able to move as fast as I do. The other part of that equation is that I'm not that familiar with the software for tuning with EFI. Right. So it takes me longer to do that than somebody that is familiar with it. So,
well, I think I like the laptop a little bit more so because you can fine tune it.
The only thing that's bad about fuel injection that I don't like, and they try to make it as good as a carburetor. So the carburetor will automatically adjust for atmosphere, air temperature, everything that's going on, and you don't have to touch it. It does it all by itself because it's such an advanced piece of equipment, in my opinion. But anyway, the thing with fuel injection is that it can't. It's only got tables to work off of. Where a carburetor doesn't have a table. It's got a jet, it's got an air bleed, and it senses atmospheric pressure all by itself. You don't have to tell it anything, and it automatically compensates. Where with the fuel injection, you have to know all that, and then you have to have a table that it can draw from, that the computer can reference and inject the fuel that it wants in there. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I thought that they had it kind of... Because, like with a truck, they sell the same tune, same everything for a Chevy Silverado, and they sell in Denver, Colorado, where the altitude and everything's higher. So, and the fuel injection adjusts itself.
Well, it does because it's got a map sensor, which is manifold air pressure, and then it has a barometer, or the map sensor measures barometric pressure. Right. And then you have a O2 sensor, which reads your fuel concentration comes down the exhaust. So there's ways that it tries to compensate, and it actually compensates pretty quick. But if you watch any of the videos for like, I don't know if Steve Morse ever done any fuel injection and carburetor videos, but a lot of engine builders have done comparison with fuel injection and carburetor, and the carburetors always make more horsepower. Now, does that mean that it's that the carburetor can make more horsepower than fuel injection? Only because, like I was just telling you, the tables that it draws from, that it has to reference to. So a carburetor doesn't have a table. It has a jet and it has an air bleed. So it automatically compensates for whatever's going on. Fuel injection, if that table doesn't, if it's got a big window or hole in it, not a window, but a big hole in it where you weren't tuning yet, it's not going to run right. And I've experienced that with the stuff that we've played with so far. And I every time it happens to me, I always bitch to the guys at the shop. If I had a damn carburetor on this thing, I could have tuned this out in seconds. But now I got to figure this shit out.
Well, but you're also using a very limited fuel injection source. Edelbrock and Holley, the regular, what I consider bolt-on fuel injection systems. Yeah, you can't really do much with those.
Well, the hobbyist ones, you're right. But right now, we're not doing those anymore. We're playing with the Holley Terminator X, which is what all the top fuel, or not top fuel, but all your street outlaw guys and everybody run, Now, so, and that brings up another point. So whenever you're running at full throttle, it's a whole different ballgame.
Right.
I'm driving this car on the street. It's got to perform flawlessly at a traffic light, easing off the traffic light, or if somebody's going to hit you in the side of the car, you want to hammer the throttle and take off. All that stuff has to be compensated for. And where a carburetor, it does that for you. You don't even think about it. It just happens. Right. But with fuel injection, you better know your stuff. You better get that right.
Right.
And it makes it in my opinion, it makes it a little bit tougher to do. But my business, I started as a carburetor shop. It was called Don's Carburetor Incorporated. And I don't know if how many of you are watching tonight that knew that. I mean, the DCI in my DCI Motorsports name is Don's Carburetor Incorporated. I bought my partner out in '95, and I abbreviated the name and called it DCI Motorsports. Actually, it's called DCI Automotive and Motorsports. But yeah, so carburetors, a lot of people, they think they're voodoo and they don't understand them, but they're really, really simple. The float in there in the float bowl basically shuts the fuel off and on, just like your toilet. When you flush your toilet, the bowl goes down, you got a little ball valve in there, and that thing raises up until it fills, and then it slowly goes back down until the level fills up, and then it shuts it off. Same with a carburetor, same thing. And what's cool about a carburetor is that float level can actually be adjusted up or down and help you fine tune your carburetor. You can raise it a little bit and make it a little bit richer, or you can lower it down and make it a little bit leaner. And there's a general setting that you would use for your float from the manufacturer, but that doesn't mean it has to stay there. You can adjust it up or down.
So adding more fuel into the bowl makes it richer?
Well, if you raise the float level and you raise the fuel level in your fuel bowl, it puts a little more pressure on the jet. So it'll actually make it a tiny bit. We're not talking a lot. It's not like a jet size, but it's like a half a jet size.
Okay,
or a
I
quarter
thought
of a
that
jet
was
size.
all just, once it got to that point, I thought that was just more reserve that it can pull from.
Well, it is, and it gives you more reserve, but it also affects your fuel curve too. So yeah, because the booster's super sensitive to that. You have the Venturi is a shape like this. It's got like a tight spot in it, and what that does is it creates a lot of airspeed right there, which is going to, and it has a booster hanging out in that Venturi area. And what that booster does is it senses that air pressure right there, and it draws fuel out of the booster from the jet, from the fuel bowl.
Right. And that's, and I didn't know though that it would put more pressure on the jet with more fuel in it. I thought it would just, that wouldn't matter. You just want to make sure you had fuel in there so that when it pulls it, it doesn't drop below the jet.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the basic principle, but yeah,
Gotcha.
the advanced version of it is you can adjust that pressure up and down, and it's kind of like a good example would be like when you're siphoning a jug. Okay, if you put them side by side, it's only going to siphon so much. You know what I mean? If they're both half empty, or this one's empty and this one's I don't know, we'll say full, but it only, as this one starts to fill up, it's only going to go to that level.
Right.
So I don't know who that is. They're going to have to call me back later. But if you raise that jug up, then it's going to, more of this fluid from this one's going to go into the other one. Okay. So, but once that pressure equalizes, then that's all the further it's going to siphon. But once you raise this one up, now this one's going to fill up higher because this is higher and it's got more pressure. It's going to fill it up more. So you can use the fuel level to tune the carburetor. This sinus thing is driving me crazy. But anyway, that's part of it. The other part is there's air bleeds inside the throat of the carburetor. And so you have one that's for your idle mixture, and you have one for your main high-speed air bleeds, which is for your jetting. And then some carburetors have a intermediate, which is for like a mid throttle or part throttle tuning ability. And what that does is it gives you the ability to adjust the amount of pull that Venturi can put on that jet. So if you put a restrictor, or you make that restricted more, and it can't suck as much air past it, it's going to draw harder on that booster, and it's going to pull more fuel. So you can use your air bleeds to tune as well.
So with the air bleed, do those ports go into the fuel bowl, or does that go into the? Well, we'll keep it simple for a quadrajet. What are those? Because you don't have that many on a quadrajet. You only have what, 2?
Well, actually a quadrajet's pretty complex. It's got the idle, and it's got the high-speed air, and then it has another restrictor inside the carburetor body itself.
But where do those passages go to? Because I know that those passages go somewhere, and they do something. But how does it? Does it go into the fuel bowl and push fuel out?
It would be actually easier for me to use a Holly as an illustrator, because the quadrajet is actually next best thing to fuel injection. I love that carburetor. The only problem with the Q-Jet is it doesn't have a big enough fuel bowl. So you got to be on your game with a fuel pump and fuel lines and fuel supply at the tank and everything, because if you're not, it's going to suck that bowl dry so fast, especially if you're making any kind of horsepower. So the carburetor, though, the jetting and the circuitry and everything in that carburetor is by far the best on the planet.
Why hasn't someone copied that?
Quadrajets, well, Edelbrock did. They kind of copied it, but they didn't improve the fuel bowl.
They made it worse. I mean,
well, what they did was,
every time someone goes, I put an Edelbrock carburetor on my car and ran worse.
Well, if they used the Edelbrock quadrajet off of that they sell as a general carburetor through Edelbrock, that carburetor is designed for the small block Chevy, because that's 90% of what their customers are buying. You know, they're buying it for. It doesn't work real well on a Pontiac. It will not work on an Oldsmobile. And so each one of the carburetors, you know, the Rochester quadrajets, the Chevy has their own metering circuit. The Pontiac has theirs. Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, they all have different metering circuits in them. And I learned that the hard way when I was younger and starting out in my career and didn't know what I didn't know. And so I had a Chevy quadrajet, and I'm thinking, oh, it's the same thing as I got for a Pontiac. And I put it on my race car, and my car slowed down like a second and a half, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And the jetting was all the same. Everything was the same. But it just didn't have any power. It just ran really poor. And so being me, I can't not figure that shit out. So I started digging into it. and found out that all the circuits, so your high-speed air restricting and your idle circuit and all that stuff inside those two carburetors was totally different. And then once I knew that, and I drilled all the Chevy stuff to match the Pontiac stuff, then it ran as good as the Pontiac carburetor. So I tell everybody, don't buy a Chevy carburetor for your Pontiac because it does make a difference. Now, Holley's actually got it figured out pretty good. So you can buy a 650 Holley, and you can put it on a Chevy or a Pontiac, and they run pretty good, but you still have to tweak them. For either application. They make it general, so it'll work for a broad range of manufacturers, but you still have to, as a matter of fact, when you get your carburetor and you pull it out, there's usually a tag right on the top of it. It says, warning.
Do not use in California.
Yeah, not emissions legal, but no, it'll tell you right on the tag that you have to tune this carburetor to your application.
Got any questions, Jason?
Not really questions, just some comments and stuff about different systems. You know, Monkey's been commenting a lot. He says like the new Holley systems are awesome. Talking about one of his buddy's cars, about boosts and whatnot.
Yeah, you know what? So if you're going to boost a vehicle, then carburetors are not the way to go. You definitely want to do fuel injection. You know, I don't know if Walt's on tonight or not, but he tried to do a blow-through carburetor on a turbo car on his Chevelle, and you can make it work either wide open or you can make it work at low RPM, but you can't make it work both. And there are guys that play with that, and I've done it too. And I mean, you can get them so you can compromise. And anybody that says that you can make one work perfectly, they're full of crap, because I've tried, and you can make them work okay. They're just not really. It's just not a good way to go. So if I'm going to do a turbo or a blower, unless it's a roost style blower where you're pulling through the carburetor, then I'll use carburetors. But if you're going to blow through your throttle body, then the fuel injection, electronic fuel injection is by far the best way to go.
SGR from us. What's your thoughts? You're fighting a fuel issue on an OG mule and a mighty mule. Both want to lean out mid on top of pool. We've checked timing, jets, carb size, you name it.
It's wanting to lean out on what? I can't see that.
Let's lean out mid to top of pool.
Okay. I'd raise the float level a little bit. Float level might be too low. Or your fuel pressure's too low. That's another thing too. You can adjust with a carburetor. You can do that with fuel injection too. You can adjust fuel pressure and make it richer with a fuel injection too. But with a carburetor especially, typically like most carburetors like to run right around 6.5 to 7 psi fuel pressure, and you can run as much as 10 psi, provided your needle and seat will be able to control it. If you run a bigger diameter needle and seat, they don't like that real high fuel pressure and want to blow it off, and it'll seep and it'll run really rich at idle. So you got to be careful with that. But I would say that you probably have a low float level, and you may need up the fuel pressure too.
Do you want me to go get that carb from the truck?
Nah, we're good. Yeah, we're good, but thank you. But yeah, so that getting censored. Well, Jeannie, if you quit talking dirty on here, you won't get censored.
Right?
Phil, get her under control.
What are you two doing?
She's just like my wife.
Yeah, what's going on?
Mind in the gutter.
Philip the Third, what do you do for fuel injectors for the Raymer 5.8? So, what we were doing is we were using the Edelbrock ProFlow 4 because I like port injection. I don't like the throttle body injection. And it works really, really well for a lot of the stuff that we were doing for like street cars and stuff. But whenever you get into the higher horsepower, the throttle body, for one thing, is way too small, which we found on the one that we did for Two Guys Garage. It was actually built in vacuum, so I bought a 2000 CFM throttle body for that one.
Which is insane.
Well, you know what? That's the other thing too. So now, because you're not trying to atomize the fuel at the carburetor with a booster
You're
and
just sucking in
a
air.
Venturi, you're just providing air. You can do that. You can put huge throttle plates on that.
Philip the Third's cracking me up. He's putting 2 words in each. He wants to try to do it because I want
apparently
all the parts that say not legal for street use.
Oh.
There, you got it. I wanted to put
That's why they were censoring him.
you have to say car parts.
Yeah,
they think you're saying something else about some other
Yeah,
parts.
see, he was talking dirty. I knew it. he must have a little bit of spirits in him tonight.
Yeah, he does.
First, I thought we had a person over here typing on the new computer 1 key at a time. That was coming up.
You do. It's Phil.
Do you think that you can add more CFM with the throttle body fuel injection because it automizes the fuel better and further into the port?
Well, you can do that because the fuel injector atomizes the fuel. So yeah, and there's different fuel injectors too that have that can atomize
patterns?
more or less. You know what I mean? You can tune with the fuel injector too. So and they have different spray patterns. The fuel injectors, some of them are wide, some of them are narrow. Some of them have like 10 orifices. Some of them only have 3. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can tune with an injector. So injectors you can tune with too. I'm not saying you can't. It just carburetor is way less expensive to tune than with the fuel injector or fuel injection. I mean, fuel injection's very pricey right now. The injectors are starting to come down a little bit, but they're still kind of pricey if you get into a high-end injector, especially if you get into like a Fuel Tech injector. You buy a set of those, and I think those are like $3,000 a set. And you buy a Holley injector or an Edelbrock injector, you can get them for like $600 a set. So, but now you got $600 injectors. You have $200 or $300 in a wiring harness. You have another $2,000 in a ECU and sensors, and then you got another $500 to $1,500 for a throttle body. I mean, fuel injection is not cheap, and carburetor, carburetors have went up, and now a Dominator carburetor. I mean, the good ones are $1,700-$1,800. They used to only be $800 or $900, and everybody bitched about that. Well, now they're double. So, but yeah, but still, even at $2,000 for a carburetor, it's still cheaper than doing fuel injection. And way easier, in my opinion, to tune. But that's because I'm old school. I'm not into the laptop thing. I am learning it. I probably will eventually learn to love it. But right now, I'm on the fence.
Carb or fuel injection for hydrogen?
You know what? I don't know, man. Hydrogen. I think you have to have a whole special new. What should the vice grip guy say?
Fuel making happener?
Yeah. You gotta have a whole new fuel making happener kind of thing.
I think you have to go with like a fogging system, kind of like with propane for hydrogen.
Yeah, it's got a whole different setup and a different regulator system. I mean, it comes out as a vapor or a gas.
Yeah.
As opposed to fuel
Liquid.
comes out as a liquid and it's got to be broke up. So it takes a totally different thing. I don't think you can use a carburetor with those.
So I got a question. So your go-to would say for what you put in on the daily, what carb, what brand that you would grab?
So if I'm going to do a daily driver, I like the Rochester Quadrajet. And those carburetors, they get really good fuel economy and they make good power. If I'm going to go after it a little bit and I'm making more horsepower and I want to not have to worry about my fuel system so much, I use a Quick Fuel or a Holley HP series carb. And then if I really want to get after it, then we get into, there's some real high-end companies out there that do Pro Stock, used to do Pro Stock carburetors. Pro Stock doesn't use carburetors anymore. They use fuel injection. But there's a company out there called BLP, and we buy their carburetors. Now, you're getting into $3,000-$4,000 carburetors. So... But that's, if you want to make big power, that's what the carburetors you got to run.
Yeah, but we got that Dominator that's off of the Le Mans,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a Holley.
Yep. That's a
just
Holley HP. That's all it is.
But just more CFM than your typical 950 CFM.
Yeah, that was a 1050 on our race car. Go Thermoquad. Thermoquads are good carburetors too. You can get those in, I think they're 800 or 1000 CFM. And they got a plastic fuel bowl, which the reason they did that was to insulate the fuel so you wouldn't get vapor lock. And they're actually pretty simple carburetor too. And the booster design in those isn't bad either. So, you know, if the Thermoquad or the Quadrajet are probably the two best for daily drivers.
What did Ford have?
They got an Autolite, which is basically like that new Summit carburetor where the top comes off of it.
Yeah. Is that the one that had the tube that connects the two bowls?
They do, or it's got like a little channel down alongside of the carburetor body too.
Phenolic body?
I remember seeing those, and I'm like, ugh.
What's that now?
Phenolic body?
Yeah, phenolic. Yep, phenolic. It's like a plastic body, but and then for anybody that's running a Thermoquad, and if the thing's draining off overnight, it's usually because there's well plugs or caps on the bottom of the carburetor body or that plastic piece, and the epoxy is eroded away. So, and you can usually grab them with your fingers and just break them, or pop them loose. And that's what I do: clean it all up, re-epoxy them, put them back on. You're good to go.
You have to do that with Quadrajets too.
Well, with the Quadrajet, you got well plugs, and you have to drill those out and tap them and plug them, and which I've shown people on our channel.
Yeah, but you've used JB Weld on it before too.
Yeah, back in the day, whenever the carburetors weren't that old, they didn't leak that bad, so you could put a little JB Weld over top of those well plugs, and they would be fine for a while. But as these things getting older and older, and with the methanol and everything, we just pull them out and plug them now, tap them. But you're right, we used to do it that way.
Thoughts on getting the same mile per gallon with a Holley as you do as a Quadrajet?
Yeah, so you can do that, and if you have the ability to play and tune, the Holley carburetors, especially if you run like a spread bore, like an 800 spread bore, which you had on your truck for a while, I think, didn't you? Didn't you have one of my 800 spread bores?
Quadrajet. It was a 600 CFM Quadrajet.
Well, well, Q-Jets. So let me tell everybody about Q-Jets. There's only two sizes of Q-Jets, 750 and 800. But they rated some of them like a 600 CFM. And how they did that was they limited the air door on the secondaries, how much it would open. And there's a little tang on the end of the, I don't have a carburetor here to show you guys, but there's a little tang that limits that travel on that. And some guys would bend that tang over so that it would open all the way, but I just cut it off and then file it so that the air door opens all the way and get the full 750 CFM.
But we traded because you wanted the Quadrajet for Mom's car, and you gave me. I don't remember what kind of Holley that is now.
I think it's an 800 spread bore. I think you got it on the shelf out there.
It is on the shelf, but I don't think it's a spread bore though.
Well,
The spread bore has the two bigger holes in the back.
Yep.
No, this one has the same size holes.
It does?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go get it.
No, you don't need. Well, yeah, if you're going to go out.
You don't have to
All of a sudden, yeah, okay.
go get it. So third, what? No Belzona?
Well, we use Belzona whenever we put the plugs in there. So, but yeah, that Belzona 1111 is awesome stuff. So but we used to use JB Weld. That was the go-to back in the day. But we're talking back in the 80s, when I was doing carburetors. And back then, Quadrajets weren't that old. They were only, if you had a 70 GTO in 1982, it was only 12-year-old carburetor. And they were just starting to introduce methanol into the fuel at that point. So I think they started doing that in like the late 70s. And but methanol really, really messes with Quadrajet carburetors.
That's your performance on the topic of your thoughts of possibly of reverse engineering a Ram Air 5-head or stock head and make use of direct injection or no room to do it.
Well, Actually, it's funny you say that. I actually designed the Ram Air 5 head so that we can do not necessarily like the new car, like the LT4. Thank you, son. Not like the LT4s, but the...
It is spread bore.
Yeah, I thought it was. That's a kick-ass carburetor. Those are nice. But anyway, like the LT4 where it actually injects it into the combustion chamber, what I'm going to do is I'm designed my head so we have enough material on the outside by the exhaust side of the head that we can drill into the intake port. And I didn't put any water in around there so that we could drill into the intake port, and you can put an injector over on the exhaust side and inject fuel right behind the valve as it opens.
Well, thanks, Philip III. I'll be getting a present at the shop here.
Oh, yeah?
Tomorrow.
Uh-oh. Is it another diaper?
That one didn't fit so well.
Yeah. You know what? We need bigger suspenders because that one don't fit. But, yeah. Nope, that's a good carburetor.
So, this one here, though, doesn't... So, you got that's your idle mixture screw, right?
Right. And this is a mechanical secondary, so see, it'll actually... Oh, man, that thing needs rebuilt because it's been sitting a while.
Well, it's been sitting a long time.
But, yeah.
So, is this one only has the two corners, then?
Yeah, that one's only a primary side idle circuit. Now, the newer carburetors, they put them on the secondaries, too, which is a good idea. It makes it way easier to tune the idle.
So, where are the air bleed adjusters? I thought they were up top here, but I guess not.
Well, these are the air bleeds right there. Okay, this is only a 2-circuit air bleed. It's got an idle and a high speed. And what some carburetors have is removable or adjustable, they call it, where those holes are tapped and you can actually unscrew them and screw them in.
Right.
And I'll do that a lot of times. Like that carburetor here, I'm surprised I didn't do that to it already. Another tuning thing is, too, with like this Holley carburetor. So this is what they call an anti-pullover squirter, okay?
Yeah, see, we'll switch that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get in on that or not. Oh, sorry about that.
Slack, all right. Sorry, guys. There we go. You got it direct up and down,
Nope.
man.
All right, so anyway, I don't have nothing to point with. But this squirter here, these squirters, this is what's called an anti-pullover. So what that means is these things will actually, on some, that's a good pointer, beer opener. So this is an anti-pullover. If you look at it, it's got kind of like a little shield or cover around it. And what that does is it makes it so that there's no fuel getting drawn out of this squirter at high RPM. Now, there are squirters that actually have tubes on them that come out of these, and those are pullover squirters. And what that is, another fine-tuning tool that you can use on the Holley carburetors to draw more fuel at top end and make it rich without jetting. You can do it without a jet. You can do it with the squirter. Then, of course, you have just a standard squirter. But even those standard squirters, they still will draw fuel at high RPM, just not as much as one that has the tube sticking out of it. Mm-hmm. So Holley carburetors are good carburetors too. Don't get me wrong. I love the Q-Jet only because of the complexity of the primary circuits on that carburetor, because it gets so good a fuel economy and they're awesome for emissions. And there's just a lot of reasons I like that Q-Jet. But and I wrote a manual on that Q-Jet years and years ago. I think I've told everybody that. But anyhow. Yeah, so the Holley carburetor, you can tune the shit out of these things. There's a lot of tunability there. And that's why whenever somebody goes to the dyno and I tell them, I say, you know what, you really need to spend, believe it or not, 2 or 3 days with your carburetor on the dyno. You're not going to get your engine tuned perfectly right with one dyno session because what happens is, this is the way a dyno session goes. Most places, what you do is you get there in the morning, you hook the dyno up to the engine. Some dyno shops will let you do it the night before, but usually it's the same day because they have to charge by the day. So you get there, you put your engine on the dyno. By the time you do that, it's lunchtime. So then you eat lunch. You get back from lunch, it's 1 o'clock. All right. So now you warm up the engine. It takes you roughly an hour to warm the engine up and check for leaks and make sure everything's okay. Before you make your first pull, it's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And most shops are not going to stay past 6 o'clock. So now you got 4 hours. Okay. Well, what'll end up happening is you're going to make a pull and something goofy is going to happen. Like it's going to blow a hose off, or it's going to, I mean, just things that you just can't even imagine will happen. And so then you're dicking around with that for an hour. And then you got, so now you've lost most of your day just setting up, getting it warmed up, and fixing stuff that you're not thinking about. So you got 2 hours to dyno tune your engine. And you're not going to dyno tune an engine in 2 hours, guys. So whenever somebody asks me if they want to go, if I will dyno their engine, I'll ask them, why do you want to dyno your engine? If all you want to do is try to get that big number so you can brag to all your buddies, I am not your guy. I'm not doing that. Now, if you want to go to the dyno and you want to tune it, then I'm your guy. And we're going to do it, and you're going to have to pay for usually 3 days worth of dyno tuning. It's not going to happen in 1 day. And then you got to pay for my time too. So, you know, it's not cheap to do a proper tune on an engine. But if you're serious and you want to make horsepower and you want that dyno sheet that's going to give you the number, you can't do it in a day. It's going to take more than a day, guys. I'm sorry. It just does. And
that's why I'm trying to get him to get that building done, so that way we can put our own engine dyno up, and we eliminate the middleman, and be a little bit cheaper, and you can have more time to play around with the engine.
Well, a good dyno operator too. I used to use a guy named Vince. What was Vince's last name? He used to build a lot of super stock and stocker engines. Good guy, sharp. He's retired now. Anyway, we would be on the dyno, and we would use his dyno. He's in Michigan. We used to use his dyno for the Engine Master Challenge. And the reason I liked using him was because he was really good with his dyno. He knew how to drive it. Yes, you got to drive a dyno. He knew how to shut the engine down if something was array that you didn't want to happen to your engine, something bad. So he listened to the engine. He knew how to drive it. Not only did he do that, he's had so many dyno pulls under his belt. He could look at your dyno curve and he could say, "You see that little dip right there? That's valve springs." And we'd change the valve springs and it would flatten that curve right out. You see this little dip down here? See how it's doing that? And it's coming back and then going back up and down? That's your fuel curve. And then we'd change the air bleeds or whatever and go and adjust the float levels. And he would say, "See that? How it's smooth right out." That's what kind of dyno operator you want to use. You don't want to use just anybody for a dyno session. Because if they don't know their dyno, they don't know how to what they're looking at when they're looking at your dyno graph, they're not going to be much help to you. I mean, they're going to dyno your engine. You're going to get a dyno sheet, and you're going to know the engine don't leak or it's going to stay together. But that's pretty much all you're going to know. If you're serious, you need to spend 2 or 3 days, a couple hours.
Well, I want to see 850 horse out of a 350.
That can be done.
All right.
But the thing of it is it's going to take more than one dyno session.
Well, that's fine. I'll give it to you for 3 days, but I'm not bringing parts.
Yeah.
I'll give you the engine out of the guy's car in the backyard.
Yeah, like having an oil galley plug blow out. Yeah, stuff like that happens when you're on the dyno. I've seen some crazy, crazy stuff happen on the dyno. We've had flywheel rings come off the flywheel and tear up the dyno. We've had balancers that guys forgot the torque and they come off the engine and bounce around the dyno room. We've had push rods shoot through valve covers. I mean, it's just crazy what happens on a dyno. I honestly don't like going to the dyno.
The last dyno that we went to for the two guys' garage was kind of boring.
Well, that's because I built the engine and everything was good.
It just
So
we went there and listened to it.
We didn't have no oil leaks. We didn't have any problems.
It ran good, yeah. It sounded real good.
Yeah.
We got some video clip of that.
It was just boring.
That's what happens when everything works.
I was waiting for like an explosion and the fan, the water pump coming through the window and pandemonium, but it was just the engine ran, made horsepower, and that's it.
Well, and I think that it would have been kind of a different aspect if they said, "Okay, we want to change
If we
cars.
blew the
want
valve
to do
cover
this."
off?
Or
Yeah.
I mean, it was done
That's
right.
exciting.
Wayne, if you did that, that's good. The thing of it is, if you build the engine and you know that the engine's good, you can get through it pretty quick and you can have it on the dyno pretty fast. But if you get a guy that stuff, you can get the engine on the dyno in probably about an hour. But the average guy is not going to do that. I mean, not from what I've experienced. Maybe you've seen different, and good for you if you have.
Maybe
I
the
haven't.
rookies that are trying to hustle and get it, they're trying to get that.
Well, you get
them on there.
you get a veteran, and he's going to get the dyno set up quick, and you're going to be able to do it. Now, the Engine Master Challenge, what was cool about that is, what they dynoed. I don't know, they dynoed probably 6 engines a day, or maybe 8 engines a day, and we did 3 pulls. And so that was, but they had that scienced out, and they gave you a list of things that you had to have, so that when you showed up, there was no looking for anything, and everything was there. So you literally had everything, and they gave you a staging stand where you would put it on the stand, a docking cart, and you had everything hooked up. So when you slid it into the dyno room, you buckled it to the dyno, and everything was already there to hook the throttle cable to it, the fuel lines and everything, and you didn't have to dick with all that stuff. But the average guy doesn't have all that. I mean, they end up, it takes some time to put it on dyno.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We break them at our shop. And show up with timing and set and no leaks.
Yeah, and that's how you have to do it. I always run every engine we put on dyno on a run stand before. I get busted in the balls all the time because they say, well, you can do that on a dyno. No, you can't, because you end up wasting half a day if you got a leak. I make sure that there's no leaks. The timing's pretty close whenever we take it to the dyno. I don't want to waste time. I want to get it there and get it done and get it rolling so that we can get our dyno pulls in for the day.
Philip's third, is the chassis dyno working good yet?
Nope. Right now, we still got a bunch of junk out of the shop sitting on chassis dyno. And I got to buy some software, and that's going to cost me roughly about $4,500. So that will happen, but not right now. So we're getting closer, though. We are getting closer. Finally, the shop's all done. I mean, they picked up the scissor lift today. So yeah, I got all my space back in the shop, which is awesome. So, but yeah, the shop's all done. Now all they got to do is the doors that go between my retail and the garage area. They got to replace those. But other than that, we're done.
That's that easy in and out. That's an hour or 2 if you get the right guys.
Yep. Well, the construction company's going to do that. So yeah.
So the walls are ready for me to come put handprints on?
No.
You're going to be there with a magic eraser and no
So
You're going to see a bunch of stink stars.
So I didn't think we were going to be able to do New Year's at the shop this year because I didn't know where they were at with the shop, but it's looking like we're all done. So I have to alert the group and see if they want to do New Year's or not. So,
well, you better get that figured out like today.
Well, I got to talk to Mom about it, and because they just picked the scissor lift up today, so I haven't really been able to talk to Mom much. And then not only that, we got everything crammed into retail. We got everything.
Brandon's busy.
So's Dad.
I didn't say Don.
Give it a whirl.
I got a temporary car parked in my driveway for a while.
What's
drive
that?
It, though. It's the boy's Camaro.
Why not?
No.
He bummed his knee up, so now he's
beer left in his kid.
I'm just gonna leave it at your house so I don't get in trouble.
We'll take it out and drag race it.
That's what I said.
Make that kind of power.
I like
Trans Am Turbo.
Oh, you know what? One other thing I want to talk about while he's looking for this too. AI sucks. Did you see that thing I shared? And so, anyway, and actually it was Kevin Dunn's Ram Air 5, and my pictures are Ram Air 5s. So, used for the thumbnail was a 69 Trans Am, but it's got like a 68 Le Mans front bumper on it and a late model.
No, for whatever reason, sign me out.
Well,
that's bullshit.
so we're buffering? Aww.
So we need the
Good job, Jamie.
cricket.
Yeah, so they used actually so what they did was they took a 70, it looks like a 70 Trans Am, and they put a 68 Firebird front nose on it.
Yep.
Is what they did. I mean, that's crazy.
Yep.
So you'll have to watch
That's
that.
a pretty cool looking car, though.
That's what everybody said. That does look badass. I do like that. I might have to do one of those. But yeah. So for you guys that haven't seen that, I don't know which camera they're on, but
No.
yeah, some of you guys aren't on. Oh, let's see here. Aren't on the. Is it on? Is this camera? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy, there we go. Okay. So anyhow, some of you guys aren't on Facebook, and you missed some of the stuff I post over there too. But yeah, we didn't have any questions on carburetors tonight, which I was shocked. I thought for sure I would, but
That's a tale as old as time.
Hmm?
That's a tale as old as time. Everyone knows you just throw it on top, put the 4 bolts on, hook up this throttle, and just
Yep.
go.
The story back when I was a kid. Yeah, my uncle put a 850 double pumper on his car, and it made 100 more horsepower. I'm thinking, well, if it did.
Sounds like a fisherman story.
Yeah, that's believe me, back in the day.
Who sent that one in?
I can't see it. It looks like
Yeah, that's one because it won't let me preview.
Ah.
Yeah.
So apparently your internet. Oh, there it goes. Is that working?
Nope.
No.
Why don't you download it?
Huh. Well, Phil, I guess we're not going to get to see viewers' rides. Apparently, Phil must have shared something.
Right?
Well, one thing I seen on his YouTube channel is he's got his tractor and he's doing a cold start with it. I like your video last year from. I didn't realize it got that damn cold down where you're at, but you pouring the oil out of the jug and it was barely pouring out. And then right after you did that, that guy in Canada, they call him the Chuck.
Oh, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris of Canada, yeah, with his 65 GTO, because that guy is a badass. He drives that thing all the way from Canada to Florida for the Dragon Drive, and he put 25,000 miles on that car, I think, this year. But anyway, he was showing whatever he's pouring Valvoline VR1 out of the jug, and it was like molasses up in Canada where it was really cold.
You'd probably be going through the oil this year because it's supposed to be cold this year.
Is it? Well, good, because I got a lot of people giving me oil.
I'd say I got more for you.
Okay, good. Well, right now we have about 500 gallon, but I think we'll probably burn that up pretty quick this year. Normally I don't know. I got a new furnace oil burner, so I don't know what it's going to use. My old one would use about 300, 350 a year. So
okay.
I don't know what this new one's
I got a bunch of oil you have to take out of my garage.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so we got this working for us so far.
Well, who shared that?
Perry.
Ah, that's cool. I like seeing that.
I seen that. I seen Banks did that.
Yep.
They were doing that to try to see whose aluminum covers. So he mocked up with the clear ones, and he goes, "Well, that one don't work. Well, that one don't work."
They've done that with oil pans too. You can't see a whole lot in an oil pan though.
Yeah.
But that's pretty amazing when you see how that oil does what it does.
But they say when it does that, it's no good. It's got to stay nice and kind of like that.
Really?
Well,
I would think
formal.
you want to cover the gear. I think that looks good right there. But
yeah, because it was splashing around on the first one. It wasn't consistent. and it was legal.
Well, I know you don't want it to foam.
Yeah.
No.
See, now that's what I think this does now. I've seen this video. This one's very...
See that spray? Is that coming out of the vent?
No, that's because the wheels are turning up off the ground.
Oh, it's just
You're
dirt
kicking
flying
up
off
dust,
of it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was too. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking, is the vent spraying out? They don't have the right fluid.
So that was from Perry. And I'm trying to get Opsis. It looks like a Sonoma or an S10. It's white. And he's getting ready to fit a Pontiac in it for the wife next year.
That'll
and he
work.
said building those headers should be fun. But
Yeah.
it looks like it's like a 96, maybe 95 Sonoma
just
or an
cut
S10.
holes in the hood, and you bring them up just like
Bring
the
it right
tractor,
on up.
like
There you
the truck puller guys do.
All right, Philip the third, Mickey Thompson heads. If it's going to be any pictures like this, I won't be able to see them more than likely.
So the Mickey Thompson Hemi head, is that what it is?
He came across this. This is a Chevy 327 block with a special set of dual overhead cam head made by Mickey Thompson himself. This engine was found in an estate sale and then restored.
That's cool. Yeah, Mickey Thompson didn't just run Pontiacs. He ran a lot of stuff.
Let me see if it goes in my downloads. Nope. I don't get it.
See, this is exactly why I don't like tuning with a computer. Right here, this right here.
It's not fun.
Give me a carburetor and a screwdriver and a wrench.
Modern Racing was the winners of the 550 Index, Bradenton, Florida, this past weekend. $3,000 sponsored by DRC Racing and Philip III. Philip III did sponsor a race.
Philip, you're spending all your beer money.
I wish I can freaking see it. I don't get it. I am. Nope. Even if I save ads, it wants to save 22 unread emails.
Boy.
That does sound. Then that must sound like it's the email.
It's
your-
yeah.
Well, you
screwed
know
up.
what? Something's going on with the internet because my computer's all jacked up. My phone's been all jacked up. I'm about ready to throw my phone out a window.
Oh yeah.
I'm sick and tired of that thing.
Here's some of the cars, which we can't see.
It's got to be the email.
Well, so hopefully next week, Philip, we'll be able to see those. You know what? That looks like it was really fun and you had a good time. But wait a minute, what's going on?
I won't play the sound unless if just because there's music in the background. But here's some of the cars.
There we go. Well, it's warm because that guy's in a t-shirt.
Oh, it's down Florida, so
I know.
it's warm. Now this is Cletus's track.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
I was gonna say that car was
Looks like a quarter mile too.
I do believe it is.
Huh. Oh, Cletus, I tell you what, that guy's got his fingers in everything. Did you see he's doing CNC parts now too?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he owns MotionWorks,
Yeah.
and that's who more than likely is doing it.
So you know what, son? I don't know what you're going to have to start jazzing it up a little bit so we can get our YouTube channel up to speed.
Well, did you see his house? He has a Chevy bow tie pool.
Okay, we could too. We'll have a Pontiac emblem pool. but we got to have the subscribers. Right now we only got like 5,800.
Yep.
That ain't working.
He's got like 58 million.
I know.
He also has like 3 cars that are over 6 seconds now.
You got 3 helicopters.
So what we need to do then, I guess, is we're going to have to start. We're just going to have to start doing stuff like running nitromethane through lawnmower engine or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need to just go get any ordinary engine that you think may be able to run. Just go.
But
get
you
like
got to put it on the dyno so you can see the horsepower.
Get
so.
get it like a engine. Like, okay, this is a simple fix. It just needs a little bit.
I got it. We can get a riding tractor and put nitromethane in it. That'll go on my chassis dyno.
Yeah.
Then we'll be able to see the horsepower. Wonder how long it'll last before it blows up.
That depends if it's a cooler motor or not.
Well, yeah, that won't take long.
Well, then we're gonna get an old engine that's all cast iron and has got some stability to it.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, so John Monin sent us some pictures from SEMA.
Ooh.
He found only 2 or 3 cars that were still Pontiac powered.
Really?
His favorite was a first-gen Firebird with a stroke 389 with a single turbo install, almost exactly as he was designing for his Le Mans. I talked to Mark at Black Hills Customs for about an hour. P.S. I was serious about doing a Ghetto 350 build-off as long as I can use a roller cam and Don will loan me the carb to make comparison fair.
We can do that.
And then he also put, I forgot to include a link to the video. P.S. The lower intake was made by Checkered Flag Manifolds in North Carolina. I showed him a picture of a solid model of my concept for the exact same intake manifold. I might just buy one from him instead of make my own.
Speaking of that, I talked to my foundry guy today and told him that we want to do that intake that we had on the Le Mans. So see that intake manifold? That's what I done with my Ed Page did it, but we're doing that with the Ram Air 5 too, because that intake will we can make an adapter to put that top on it.
Yes.
But you know what? I think that intake that's on this car is done by the manifold guy who's doing a Ram Air 5 intake for us. He's doing a billet one.
Well, he said it's done by Flag Manifolds in North Carolina. That's who did this manifold.
Yep. Nope, that's not the same guy.
It looks like it's billet. Yeah, but definitely billet.
But yep, we're going to do that with a Ram Air 5. Got billet valve covers, it looks like, or sheet metal on there. I can't tell.
Look like the
Oh,
Butler
those are sheet metal.
ones, yep. That's a pretty blue.
Mm-hmm.
It probably doesn't look the same in real life. I like that blue, but I bet it's better looking in real life.
Kind of like the blue you got on the Chevy sign that you
Yeah.
have. For
Yeah, pretty close. Where is that Chevy sign?
Yeah,
Right here.
Yeah, you know what?
Here, I'll get
I don't know if Walt's on or not, but we got to show him his sign. So I'm supposed to take that with me tonight?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that.
Yeah, check that out. This is cool. So Walt Bainey, if you're watching, your sign's done.
Yep.
It's pretty.
It is pretty. I like that better than that swirl looking one.
Yeah, that's what's behind me right now. A lot of guys like that because when it reflects off the light,
It changes. I get it. Yeah. I get it.
Heck, that's how they're doing some of the cars now. They take it down to bare metal, do
Yep.
that, and then they do like a candy clear.
Yep. Clear over top of it. Yep.
John Monin says he's been training for the Ghetto Engine Build Challenge his whole life. In '86, his dad, his friend Jim helped him build a 400 on an old tire and gravel driveway. And he has pictures. And damn it,
They won't come through.
we're definitely going to have to look at them next week.
Well, we will do that. This is frustrating.
Watch the What If Pontiac 1969 Grand Prix with a rare Ram Air 5
I seen
engine.
that. That's another AI generated bullshit. Oh no, that one isn't the one I've seen. That's a different one. But that car was never built, so somebody built that car, which is cool. That's like Grandpa's car.
Yep.
So yeah.
So everyone's going to have to look that up.
Yeah, the 69 Grand Prix, I tell you what, I don't know why those don't take off because that's a gentleman's hot rod. I love those cars.
Philip III says, watch classic 71 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am.
That's cool. I love the 70 to 73s.
AC.
Oh, Buccaneer green. Is that what they call that?
That's sharp.
It's got to be a 73.
71.
Yeah, then somebody changed it to a 73 color.
What year is this gorgeous Pontiac Ventura?
61. I have one of those. I got a 61 convertible.
I thought yours was 62.
Nope. Well, the one that I sold Uncle Paul is.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Crazy gorgeous Pontiac. All right, let's see it. Ooh. I like the paint job on it for sure.
You do? I'm not into that. I don't like the interior. I'm just not into that.
Don't know how I feel about the side fairings yet.
I like the way they did the hood.
Yeah.
And I like the bird on the hood, but I don't like the color of the car. I'm not a gray silver kind of guy.
It just don't fit me right with a Pontiac. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not into
Like the
that.
gray was like a Dodge thing.
Yeah, I'm just not into that at all. And it's kind of a mix match. They got the 69 Trans Am spoiler on the back of it.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Little
either.
mules pulling heavy weight. Oh boy.
Oh,
That's 2 mule horsepower
Yep,
or 2 mule power.
a lot of torque.
2 mule power.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, look at them go.
They have the dual posi traction on it too. See, the one side's slipping, the other one's picking it up.
That's real
highlight.
horsepower there.
So, Philip Thur's getting recognized by a guy wearing an OnlyFans hat.
Why, you can hear it? I can't hear it.
I'm trying to find out how I can make the sound play. On a short, I don't know where.
That guy looks like Brandon Devy's dad, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does actually. Oh, here we go. All right.
A huge
Should play.
thank you to Philip III. Philip's on here right now. He was very generous for the race this year. I don't want to give an exact number, but he donated over $1,500 to sponsor a class. And then he donated more money to put towards the charity.
We're at the haunted house.
Philip, thank you, buddy. It really means a lot, and I honestly mean that. It's kind of why I wanted to come on. A huge thank you to Philip III. Philip's on here right now.
Yeah.
He was very generous for the race this year. I don't want to give an exact number, but he donated over $1,500
Nice.
to sponsor a class. And then he donated more money to put towards the charity. So, Philip, thank you, buddy. It really means a lot, and I honestly mean that. It's kind of why
That's
I wanted
awesome,
to come
Phil.
on here
Thank
today.
you. That is freaking awesome.
So, Philip, I got a 67 Firebird. I'll put your name on the window.
On the driver door.
Yeah, I'll put it on the driver window.
Anybody need a beer?
Nope.
Nope, I'm good. Mine's almost done.
Really wish that I could download these things.
Is that
Next week,
Yeah,
all these
well.
pictures I can't get to right now, I'm
there's
going
no-
to definitely get to next week.
Ooh.
Now, this is GTO getting fixed. Oh, this is Tim Korsiak. Okay. Getting some body work done. Oh, this is when he hit the deer.
Oh yeah, I do recall that. All right, it's looking good.
Yeah. Looks like they're making good progress on it.
That's awesome.
And it looks like they didn't have to replace any panels.
That means a good body guy.
Yep. And that's it. Gotta go hit the cam.
Like your Christmas lights.
Hit the cam, man.
So,
All right.
All right, what'd I miss? Anything good?
Tim Corsiak's car's in the body shop getting fixed already.
Looking good.
Oh, good. That's a shame. That's a nice car. But looks like they're doing a really good job.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Turn that off. We don't need that no more. So all the pictures I couldn't get to today, we're going to try again next week. And I'm going to try throughout the week to download them.
Oh, well, that's a bummer. Technology.
Yeah, that's got to be.
So can you imagine doing this professionally? Like you're doing like the President of the United States, I don't know, speech. And this happens to you. What do you do?
Well,
He's got 3 laptops. He's got one on back.
well, they have unlimited funds.
Yeah, but even with unlimited funds, I mean, technical
have
glitches you can't do anything about.
No, but there's things you can do to help prevent it a long way. They actually have different tiers of internet, like
They
that
probably-
we don't have access to.
You think that's what it is?
Oh, I know that's what it is.
Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, we need that upper tier.
Well,
Well, that's what I come out here to the Johnstons at the house for.
Starlink don't work any better than what we got now.
Yeah, that.
I bet you it don't. Well, we don't have AT&T.
What do we got?
Oh, we got AT&T.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, you dummy.
We got AT&T. But
Shows
She's showing love.
That's how I know. I don't pay attention to what you do.
well, the guys that hit your pipe out here, they upgraded. So now you got to buy into that system that screwed the other
Yeah,
system.
exactly.
I
Now you got to
buy into the
upgrade.
fiber.
Yeah, exactly.
They're putting that in our neighborhood.
That's what they just did to ours, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can bump it up another." I'm like,
Yeah.
everything.
No, we're not doing that.
Mark Tremors, is the podcast same time next week? We did talk about starting at 7.
Well, not well. Did we say it's 7, or are we gonna start at? We're gonna start at 6:30. I was thinking we're gonna start at 6:30 and work till 7:30. But yeah. But thing of it is right now I'm gonna keep it at 6. But if everybody wants to do it at 6:30 or 7, the only bad thing about it is it's dark at what,
Right.
5.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. And then it's like that's when there's no overruns. Like it's time to go home, go to bed.
Right.
You got to start over again.
right.
So
So in the wintertime, maybe 6 works, but in the summertime, maybe 7 works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that we get more people the longer we stay on. Like how long we been on now?
Well, tonight's been an off night.
Yeah, it
Because,
has. You know what? There's not very many
We've
people.
only had 78 people.
Yeah, normally we got like what, 130, 140?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Tim
we're half.
Corsiak liked 6.
What's that?
Tim Corsiak liked 6.
Okay.
I mean, we
Well-
can go 6 to 7:30. I mean,
That's
we do normally anyways. So
Yeah, we're always working over, so and then look, our count's going up. So
well, we just got another view. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of weird. So it seems like maybe people are getting done with dinner, or they're putting their kids to bed, and
Right.
or doing homework with them,
You
or
guys
whatever.
need to do that at 2:00. All right.
well,
That's what the wife's for.
That's 4 o'clock.
because you got to think like even when I was doing stumps, as soon as I get it's like boom, all right, I got to eat real quick, and then I'd catch up, try to catch up, and then
Right.
get right into the live there towards the end. But
So yeah, because you have kids, so you gotta get them ready for school the next day. You gotta do homework. You gotta do whatever. But so the kids even do homework anymore?
my kid has his
Not
done.
if they're
Well,
smart.
Yesterday was the first time I seen him do homework, and it stumped me because they ask questions that they confuse you.
Yeah.
And the way
Well-
you got to answer nowadays. It's like,
Well, it's that's the new math and all the other bullshit.
I hope they go back because I can't.
Yeah. What happened to 2 + 2 = 4?
Right? No,
Yeah.
it's like here you got to show it here, and then here, and then you got to show
Exactly.
it. And the answer's way over here.
You know what? It's just ridiculous.
But it's easier to do in their head.
No, it ain't.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, it ain't.
But that's what they claim.
Yeah.
Well, they can do it in their head easier. No, they can't. I can't even do it in my head.
Yeah, and I've been doing it forever. Maybe if you're on mushrooms or something, I don't know.
Or maybe, the people that are making these rolls don't even do math.
Exactly. They don't even know how to do math. So in their head, it works.
They called it what, factor or whatever?
I forget what they call that.
Yeah.
New something or another. And you'd think I'd know that because my wife's a teacher, but
They said it's easier. And I said, that's not the way I was taught. I mean, you just get it right here. And
yeah, what happened to regular math equations and what happened to regular sentences and writing cursive?
Right? Mr. Poncho
held the third.
asked, he's been out of the loop for a while. What did the car run?
Well, you tell him, son.
The car ran great until it didn't. Our best pass was a 1070. What was the mile an hour? 135?
No, it was 125.
125?
Yeah, I think so. Or 124 or something like that.
123.84.
Yeah.
Okay, so 124.
10706.
10706 at 124 mile an hour was the best we got. And then unfortunately on Sunday, we threw a rod literally almost through the frame.
It's in the frame still.
It's in the frame. Actually, it wasn't even a rod. It was a cap. Or no, it was the
No, it was a connecting
Yeah.
rod. It broke off at the piston and shoved it right out the oil pan.
Yep.
Fortunately, it didn't hit the block,
No.
which is amazing.
Block saved, oil pan's not. It shot a cap out the one side of the oil pan, rod went out the other side. Just one rod.
Yep.
And that ended our weekend, but thankfully it was Sunday.
See, and that's what happens whenever you spin them up to 7,000 RPM.
I told the engine builder I have a heavy foot.
Yeah.
And
you didn't tell the engine builder nothing.
Well, I thought he would have known because I am his son.
You know what he did was he tricked me, and actually it wasn't his fault. But we're gonna bust his chops anyway. So anyhow, he's told me, he says, "Dad," he says, "I just think this thing's still pulling." So we kept turning the rev limiter up.
Yep.
Well, we found out it ain't pulling anymore.
No, it was pushing. Right
And you know what? Whenever I see that guy at the racetrack, I know that guy took your tiger tail. I'm going to get that back from him. That kind of pisses me off a little
Because it was
bit.
your first tail. You can't,
Well, what really pisses me off is the fact that how many other cars out there
Blew up.
Yeah. And he didn't do it to them.
Yeah. But he took your tiger tail because you had it sticking out of your ass.
Well, so did that guy with the S10.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that guy almost fought him in the middle of the track, too.
Well, then.
Because I wasn't down there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I threw it inside the car. I took it off because I knew he was talking to his one little friend trying to be a badass.
Uh-huh.
And so I took it off, put it inside the car.
So you know where he works at, right?
Yes, Norwalk.
No. he works for Akron Coach. I'm going to have to go over there and talk to Nancy.
No, his family owns it, or his brother or cousin or something like that.
Well, I know Nancy. She owns Akron Coach. I'm going to go talk to her.
But that guy's just a dick, period.
Yeah, he was a dick.
Jamie and I were watching YouTube, and I forget what it was now. What was that? He was on there being a dick to that guy, too. It was, and this was a big name guy, and he was being a dick to him. The guy looked at him and goes, "Shut up."
Yeah, right.
We were actually hunting for 1020s.
Yep. It'll go low 10s. It might even go into 9s, and we're going to get it back running again.
Yeah. We got the parts from
Perry and Joe Bass. Yep.
might have to weld that little shut. You might just shove her in there and leave
Well,
her
no,
in
we're
there.
going to keep that oil pan because, you know, I can get another one. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang that on the wall. That's wall art now.
Yep.
And it's going to have my son's name on it. But anyway.
With
Right.
smiley face.
It's gonna have the little Roadrunner poking his head.
And now we
through.
got a diaper from Philip III.
And we got a diaper. Yep. So next time it happens, you won't have to give up your tail.
Oh, I'm not going to give it him. You're going to see big time wrestling. So get your camera.
Well, throw him on the ground. He'll stick to the track.
I know.
Don't let him throw you down now. Because then you'll be stuck.
I got a surefire way to get him down on the ground every time, and I learned this from my uncle.
Okay.
You rappel them up, you reach around, stick your finger in their butt, they drop like sack of taters.
Whoa. Whoa. I don't want to know what you and my uncle, my brother and your uncle are doing.
My uncle taught me that's how you win a fight every single time.
Yeah, well,
And then I learned another way to fight too on YouTube.
yeah.
You pull your pants down, and no one wants to fight a naked man.
Yeah, I did see that.
Well, Andrew, your brother-in-law, he said, brother-in-law, he told me that they told him that whenever you go outside, because he used to work at Wreck Salvage, he says, if anybody comes up to you, just reach your hand in your underwear and act like you're rubbing your butt and pull it out, and they'll run from you.
Yeah. See? So there you go.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think that works, because you go to the zoo and the monkeys fling shit at you.
Well,
Well, now you see these horse carriages.
Oh my God! Did you see that? That woman got blasted.
well, that horse was not having a good day.
That horse, I don't know.
He had a sweet apple.
Way too much corn.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I can tell you that. All right, guys. Well, you know what? I think you're probably sick and tired of hearing us just goof off, but or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they like hearing us goof off. You know what? I did have a couple of guys say that they do like the jocularity a little bit. They want to hear what we got to say, but then they like us goofing off a little bit too. So, and I'm okay with that. What I want to do is when we're going to goof off, I want to do it on a dyno, or I want to do it on a chassis dyno. I want to start breaking stuff.
Well, gotta get the chassis dyno up and going.
Mm-hmm. What do we got to do to get the internet set up at the shop? Because I got the top speed stuff. I updated all that, and it still sucks.
It has to do with
You got a tin roof.
I do have a steel roof, but its cable shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
it's whoever is like. It depends on whoever has the closest substation to you and how updated it is.
Well, apparently it must suck.
Fiber or not fiber.
It's not fiber, I know that.
Yeah, because they're just now putting it out here. You know,
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
don't got it.
Yeah, well, I probably got Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone out there. I don't know.
Well, you probably got a coax cable that has just one ground cable still on the sheeting, and then your middle one's ripped in half and it's just touching.
You think that's what it is?
Yep, and it's probably underground, like halfway down from your shop.
Oh, you mean it's outside? It's not in my
Yeah.
shop. Oh, okay. I was say if it's in the shop, that's easy. We can replace that.
No, it's coming. It's whatever you have coming from the outside part that they won't let you touch.
Any sort of anything out there down?
They're going to put a new allotment in across the street, so that might be a good thing.
That might be a very good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they'll have to run new cable and wiring and everything.
Right.
Because they're going to find out that the system's not up to date.
Right.
I guarantee you, because you're out in the country, it's not up to date.
I'm sure it isn't.
And when they go through, it's going to raise your price of your internet.
Hell, I'm already paying $200 a month.
Well, saddle up because you're going to be paying $350.
Great.
Right.
Well, you know what? We're going to have to go back to the Stone Age. You guys are going to have to get letters in the mail.
From the pigeons and
Picture.
hawks.
Remember them Polaroids that you used to shake?
Yep.
That's what you guys are going to get.
We'll take a picture of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation cartoon. We'll just do that with the whole podcast.
Yeah,
And
so
just-
you're going to get one of them flip books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way you can go watch it.
Yeah, you can watch it live. It's going to take you a month to get it, but
Yeah. And it's going to take us another month for you to get, or us to get
to
your
create
comments.
it. Yeah.
So,
But yeah. But you know what? It'd probably be faster than what the internet is out there.
the thing of it is, it worked okay for a while.
Yeah, I don't get
It's
it.
because they put all these bugs in and all the main data hubs that, okay, well, now we need this. Now we need this. Now we got to charge it.
It's like new computers. You
Right.
know what? You buy a computer, it's outdated a month later.
Same thing with phones.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
no.
stupid. It just makes me so mad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the old school. You know what? We did everything on a napkin and at a beer joint.
They don't even have beer joints anymore.
No, they don't. Nope. I mean, what are the pubs now? I don't. You know what? All the pubs I used to go to, they're closed.
Well, we have a bunch of Ohio just sucks. Like in our area, our area just sucks because we have to be inclusive with all the different things that they have out now.
What's that mean?
LGBTQ, LMNOP.
Oh yeah, well, I don't give a shit about all that. So
Well, I mean, that's what ruined a lot of the bars and everything around here because there's people that did have problems with it, and then they end up shooting or killing someone, and then all of a sudden now we have to follow all these rules.
I don't know. There used to be a bar right around the corner from my house when you lived there. It was called Shamrock, and that was one of the best freaking little pubs that you could go to. Everybody knew each other. They had live music every Friday and Saturday night, and it was small, so you were all crowded in there, but everybody knew each other. It was fun. And then every once in a while, a fight would break out, and you'd go out in the parking lot, watch somebody beat the hell out of each other, and then we'd go back in and drink a beer. It was good.
Yep. You don't have that now.
No, you don't have any of that no
Nope.
more. And those two guys that fought, they would go in and buy each other a
I
beer.
was going to say, they'd be doing shots.
They didn't kill each other. They just beat the hell out of each other.
Yep.
What happened those days?
Sissies.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's got a gun or a knife
Well,
now.
I got a label at
Or a
work.
car. They run you over.
I got a label at work. I am a bully. Literally, I got written up for being a bully
Well, quit being a damn bully.
because I hurt too many people's feelings.
No,
Wow.
that's the way I brought you up, though. So,
I just tell it how it is, and people don't like it.
We
no,
wear our
they
big
don't
boy
like
pants.
it.
They wear their big boy peonies.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I hold them accountable, and they really don't like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, people don't like to be called out. So,
But they do it to me. So I did it back to them, and now I'm a bully.
well, that's the thing. You know what? If they do it to you, then you know what? I taught you. You stand up for yourself.
They do it now, and they're still getting away with
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit.
it. Don't, yeah.
I literally
One
told,
day we'll be able
I
to
told
quit.
Jamie, I said, if I got talked to the way that they talked to me a few times, and we were out in the street,
They'd be on.
They'd be laying in the ground
Yeah. Yep.
with a bloody nose.
That's why I don't work for somebody. I couldn't do it.
But because they're protected and I have to have a job.
Yep. Well, we told you to quit.
Yeah, I know. I
What?
want to. Very badly.
Well,
Somebody,
All you got to do is get your wife to agree to it.
somebody in there
I think they
wearing
agree to it, but they need to. They're
Wearing
trying
her
to push
art
us
shirt.
to do harder.
Well, you know what? You just go in there and you. So, I don't know if Uncle Paul came up with this or I came up with this, but one of us came up with this when we were drinking one night. So Luke was dating this girl, and he was scared to death to meet her dad for the first time. All right, and Luke was like, I don't know, maybe 17 years old. So I don't remember if his dad had said this or I said this. I think I said it, but I'm not sure. So anyhow, I'll give my brother the credit. So anyhow, I told Luke, I said, you know what? I said, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to the local store, you're going to buy a 12-pack of beer. And you're going to walk over and you're going to go over to your girlfriend's dad's house. And you're going to walk up to the front door and you're going to kick the front door open and say, where the fuck's your daughter? I'm sorry. Well, you know what? There's two things that are going to happen.
He's going to get killed.
You're either going to get thrown out or he's going to invite you in, drink the beer, and give you a couple of beers and love you.
Yeah.
There's no in between. You know what? There's no guesswork then. You don't have to guess where you're at.
Yep. I knew where I was at whenever I started dating Jamie again. Earl made me start working on semis.
Yeah, see? But you didn't. You know what? If I would have thought about it whenever you were younger, I would have told you to do the same thing.
Oh, back in high school, I would have got my ass kicked. Earl would have put up with that.
Well, you know what? Then you know you got a good father-in-law.
Yep. But, then whenever I came back around and I got rid of Jamie's ex-boyfriend, and then I'm working on semis, the next thing I know, I'm married.
You ain't going nowhere this time.
Yep. I don't know what happened. It was all quick.
Yeah, he dated her twice before he married her.
You tripped.
Well, you know what? They went to kindergarten together.
Yep. She was sitting across from me eating glue, and I knew she was the one.
You're gonna get killed.
You were throwing slips. She's eating. You probably slipped.
And it was rubber cement, so you know what that
You
means.
are gonna get killed.
I knew she was the one for me.
Brett is sleeping in the guest bed.
I better go start the kerosene heaters up in the garage.
That was the sprinkle in his eye.
It's getting censored way too much now.
Wow. What phone? What? You got a new phone. What kind of phone did you get?
One of these not allowed to type cuss words.
I was gonna say.
Something has to go.
There's something going on with the internet right now too, and
Yeah.
you know what? YouTube's probably censoring a lot of
Well,
that
it's
stuff.
probably like, well, there's too many people, doing content, so they're probably trying to censor.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I know YouTube's going through a big change starting next year. The CEO was on talking about it.
Well, they went through a big change this year. Supposedly, it's easier to get viewers this year.
Well, he did say that, but he's also changing way how people get changed or paid and everything else. So,
Well, and all your veteran YouTubers are all pissed off about that.
oh yeah,
Yep, because they're not going to make as much money anymore. Hell, I'd be lucky. I'd just be happy to make $50 a month right now. Did you?
now you can go buy some more rubber cement, babe.
Don't pick your nose, though. You're lucky your wife loves you.
I am lucky. I'm told every day.
That's funny. I'm told every day by your mom, too.
I'm told every day how lucky I am, and I should just feel so privileged.
Well, you are lucky.
I am.
You got a beautiful wife that loves you.
Yep. And she takes care of me, and she puts up with my crap. So
Exactly. That's the big part.
yep.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? As soon as I want to get off of here, we just keep getting more viewers. So I think we're going to have to.
But this number right here is the one you want to really focus on.
Okay.
That's how many people are watching us right now.
Gotcha.
This is just how many we've had over the whole hour and 38 minutes that we've been on.
Oh,
Still
okay.
staying on.
I see. All right. Well, you know what? Phil's going crazy on here. What's he saying?
Oh, he
anyway?
wants me to change my YouTube settings. I don't even know why I have to change.
Well, you better figure that out.
I guess I gotta figure that out. Philip's going to come up here and beat the hell out of me. He's going to kick in my door with a case of beer.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Philip, when you signed up for that and put your count together, did you make sure the year was right on? It wasn't 13 and under,
Right?
Just checking, because
Yeah, you don't want to lie on that one, Phil. You want to tell the real truth on that one.
On which one?
When you fill out for your account
Age.
on YouTube, you want to put your real age. You don't want to put 13 because they'll censor you.
Oh.
You can't watch. You can't watch us, and you can't say stuff. That's the only time you want to tell the truth on your age.
I don't even know how old Phil is.
His Chanel is correct.
okay.
Well, I think that's going to do it, fellas.
Yep. My beer's gone.
Yep.
I'm ready to go
Next
home.
week.
I got to get something to eat, get a shower.
Next week is going to be Thanksgiving Eve podcast.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I
Bring your
forgot. Next
turkeys.
week, yeah, okay. That'll work. So what are we going to talk about next week?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, okay. What we're all thankful for, right?
Yep. Thankful for the big blocks, small block Pontiacs. That's what I'm thankful for.
I'm thankful for a lot of things. You know what? We are very, very fortunate. So I'm not. I don't have anything bad to say. I'm very happy with what's going on. I've had a rough year this year, but I'm still thankful. So.
Oh, my dad's age. When did Tyrannosaurus Rex walk the earth? So his is 1894 AD.
No, wait a minute.
Or BC. I mean, I'm sorry. You're right. Wait a minute. BC. I'm sorry.
Nope. I just had a birthday. First
Yep.
part of this month.
He is 65.
No, 4. Don't make me older than I already am.
Oh no, yep, 64.
Your dad and my dad's same age.
Yep, I'm 64. Hard to believe. I think I'm like 24.
See, you're
I
lying.
know.
And then old man Rand wants to call you tomorrow.
Who's that?
Old man ran.
Old man Rand.
He must be old too. See, you old fogies want to call each other.
Oh, good. Finally, the buffering stopped.
Oh, they must have figured the internet out.
Yeah. We're getting ready to quit, and they're getting it all fired up.
Yep.
So, well, you know what? If they buy the beer, I'll stay.
I gotta get up at 4 a.m.
So,
So no,
I
ain't
used to
buying beer.
do that all the time when I was your age.
I haven't stopped. I've
What
been
do you
doing
mean?
it for years.
What? No, I used to do that, drink all night, go get up in the morning and go to work and do it all over again.
I couldn't do that if I was 17.
I used to do it all the time.
I used to do it a couple times, but
I
I'll tell you
can-
what,
I
They
can go
catch up.
all the way up to about 11. Then after that, you better not talk to me because I'll rip your face off. I need sleep.
You get that from your mother.
And I'll wake up early, but do not talk to me from 11 to 4.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We kind of got off track here the last half hour or whatever, but hopefully all you all come back next week. We didn't offend anybody.
And if we did, well, come back next week and we'll offend you again.
Yeah, we'll do it again. We'll start over.
Yep. Guarantee.
Right?
Yeah, good night, everybody.
All right, good night, all.